the weed.
That's terrible. Let me take that.
Been so long since we've been here, I forgot to hit the buttons. Wasn't prepared for that.
You know, I feel like our theme music could be in like a 90s sitcom, you know.
It's great. I love it. I love it.
If it just give me Martin vibes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm about it. Welcome to another episode of Round the Clock Podcast. We talk all things sports. I am your host, Dom. Alongside me are my two illustrious co-hosts, Brandon the Entertainer and the illustrious Gary Wayne. This is episode 12, 13, maybe. With a few, because we had the interview, then we had Brian, the Chiefs edition, so it's kind of, but thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you as always. How's everybody doing? Doing great? Feeling good?
I'm doing pretty good.
Doing good?
I guess you want to ask.
I'd like to start with pleasantries, before we dive into the actual episode itself. So obviously this is post Super Bowl 58. We've had a little bit of chat about that as well. We had some chatter. But now that the NFL season is officially over, we've seen some firings. We've seen some folks be relinquished of their duties. And that brings me to the topic of Kyle Shanahan. Mm-hmm. Now, is Kyle Shanahan lacking accountability?
I would say no.
You think so?
I would say he has that label of choking now.
So I think that's lacking accountability then.
Now as far as like being fired, he's still a great coach, man.
Yeah, but it's like what?
Can't deny that.
So why is your defensive coordinator let go? A guy who gave up 19 points.
There was something that happened in that game where the defense, specifically on like the last two drives, they were just lost. And he held him accountable for it. There was even one play where they was set up like almost prevent, and it made no sense at all. They blew a timeout for it.
Yeah, but I mean, one could also say the same for the offense as well.
You talking about in the red zone when it was like they had like 8 DBs or something like that?
I don't know. I don't think it was red. Maybe it was like around midfield or something.
You could tell there was just a lot of there was some miscommunication out there. The linebackers didn't know what was going on. They didn't know the formation,
and he was visibly upset.
As he should be.
I mean,
he's 0-4 in Super Bowls now. He's been to 4. Hasn't he been to 4?
Yeah, something like that. He's been
maybe more as a coordinator as well, right?
I think just 3 or 4.
No, he was a part of the Falcons,
right?
The Patriots Falcons.
Yeah,
Colin Kaepernick. I think he was a coordinator at the time, wasn't he? Because Harbaugh was the coach at the time. If I'm
not
correct,
100% sure on that one, but I do know
the last Chiefs,
maybe,
and then the most recent Chiefs. Mm-hmm. So Super Bowl 56, 55.
Yeah. It's 3.
I think he lacks a little bit of accountability for you to show up in these big games and underperform every single time, especially when you've had arguably, as everyone says, the most loaded roster. So that's just my opinion. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I saw Stephen A's take on it and whatnot, which also leads me into the NFL. Also, I got a random question before we get started because I think I said I wanted to start with something different this week. I know we do the hypotheticals, we do all that stuff, but I wanted to ask you guys a question that I saw on Instagram. This is a 1v1 rep because we talked about getting some more entertainment on the front half of the episode rather than the latter half episode. Then we'll get into the meat and potatoes in a second. This is a 1v1 rep. You as a DB versus a wide receiver.
Okay.
Polar opposite. You can be the receiver as well. 1v1 rep against a 5th grader for $10K, a 9th grader for $50K, a 12th grader for $100K, a college starter for $500K, or an NFL starter for $1 million. But you got to complete the catch.
Oh, or knock the catch down.
Yes.
Okay.
What are you choosing here?
So what was it again? Give me the amounts again.
So 5th grader, easy money, $10K.
Okay.
9th grader, easy money, $50K. 12th grader, some of these guys is nice, $100K.
Yeah.
College starter, $500K. NFL starter, $1 million.
Give me that $10K.
Yeah. Damn, you are lacking some confidence, bro.
Give me that $10K.
Yeah, Lee.
I'm taking it out. I mean, I'm gonna celebrate too. I'm gonna celebrate all over that little dude.
Oh, give me the $50K. I'm pretty confident in the $100K too, but I'm gonna definitely take over a 9th grader.
Okay.
I'm dogging a 9th grader right now. 100%.
Okay.
100%. $50K. Now, 12th graders, some of those kids are like 5-star recruits. So then that's a big difference. I don't want to roll the dice there, but I'm willing to roll the dice for $50K.
I'm definitely going NFL starter.
For what? For $1 million?
You just said why.
Oh, this guy, bro. He only has his eyes on money, not the real. You talked to Brandon about living in reality.
I would
a lot.
choose to be. I would choose to be the receiver and go against the NFL starting
DB?
cornerback. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. For $1 million, bro.
You're not getting off the line.
For $1 million.
What do you plan on doing?
Yeah, what's the route?
I plan on completing the catch.
What's the route you're gonna
What
run?
you running? What do you
I
plan on doing?
can't say that right now. No. Quick slant. Won't see it coming.
It
Fake
won't,
outside quick slant.
it won't be quick either.
Fake outside quick slant.
Yes.
5 yard slant.
It ain't.
Then Ray Lewis is gonna be coming down the middle,
He can get this work too.
so you can get the $1 million plus the $50 million if you complete both catches or complete the catch on both of them.
I'll take it.
Beat the DB and then retain
I'll
the catch
take it.
off Ray
I'll
Lewis.
take it. $1 million, bro.
I'll take $50K. That's easy $50K.
That's
Put me on
easy.
the freshman squad.
Easy
Give me
10K for me.
yeah. Or I'm gonna take the 50.
Got
The 50 grader's too easy. Down payment
Exactly
on what?
Why I'm taking that 10K?
A down payment on what?
Anything. I
A
can
what?
get a new car.
Yeah, that's it. It's not
but
down payment on a
It
house.
ain't down payment on a house. No, not no more.
You know what I can do at $1 million?
Before that kid was born, it was a down payment on a house.
I can do a lot with $1 million.
Damn near. But yeah, all right. I just wanted to ask that. But back to our regularly scheduled program. We got some NFL free agents. Do we want to discuss that?
Yeah.
I got a list of the top free agents pulled up right now, and we can kind of go down the list of what we think will or will not happen. These are also got some projections on it too.
Okay.
Starting off with the number one ranked free agent in the NFL right now, I think we can all say is Chris Jones.
Okay.
29 years old. He's projected at 3 years, $84.5 million.
Who said? Wait.
These are two lists: Pro Football Focus, and this is also CBS Sports.
Why are we even counting him? He said himself,
He's still a free agent.
I ain't going nowhere.
He's still a free. He was drunk. The man was intoxicated. The man was intoxicated.
I ain't going nowhere.
Damn it. I know his agents were looking at that. Like, have you seen the video of the dad when they break the TV? God damn it.
Yeah.
God damn it. I know his agents they losing their mind.
That's what I said when I heard it. I was like, bro, what is he doing?
Hey,
That makes no sense.
Hey, when he said it, I was sitting there like, ain't no way. He just
Right.
It was
So now all these fans expect him to take a hometown deal,
basically.
and
And he's got to abide by it because he's the one that said it. He said he was coming back.
you don't
Right.
have
Like,
to.
I mean, but
What if he don't? You gonna call him a liar? He's like, all right, I'm a liar and rich somewhere else.
yeah, I guess. I mean,
that's exactly.
I think 3 years, $84 million. Because I don't know what the Chiefs' cap space is looking like. I actually got cap space pulled up as well. I don't know,
But I
that's
know
going to be a good.
they're supposed to
landing
restructure Patrick Mahomes again to create. They said they can restructure it. The last report I watched, they can restructure it in a way it's going to open up $30 million.
Well,
So-
that.
But you still have a cornerback you got to sign. You still have a left tackle you got to sign. You still have a linebacker you got to sign.
Now this could happen. I think the franchise tag for Chris Jones is $32 million, which is a nice year salary.
Well, that's 3 years. That's more than 3 years, 84.
Right, but
That's 90.
it doesn't guarantee you
Yeah.
the next 2 years after that. So that's the issue with franchise tag.
I think if you're Chris Jones, you don't want another 1 year deal. You want to solidify the next
Right.
at least 3 seasons. So, Chris Jones, I want you to come back. Chiefs Nation wants you to come back. I think Brett Veach probably wants you to come back on a discount. Andy Reid wants you to come back, but we'll see what happens. We got Kirk Cousins, Brandon's favorite quarterback in the league, coming up, 35 years old.
I think Kirk Cousins definitely be back in Minnesota.
You think? I don't see another landing spot for him.
Nobody else wants him.
I think other people would take him, but
I
I think that's a good fit for him.
I think Denver would like him, but you got to ask yourself, would Denver take a guy when they just did that whole deal with Russell Wilson, who's also a free agent right now? Which I saw a guy, I don't know what his name is. I think he used to be an NFL coach. He was saying that Russell Wilson should go to the Jets and sit for a year under Aaron Rodgers.
Damn.
That's messed up.
I think I might
He
even have the
played. He
video.
played good the latter half of the year.
Oh, he turned it around, but that was a business decision. So, you got Josh Allen, who's an edge rusher, who I think the Chiefs could maybe work out something with.
Dang, you haven't named the one guy I was thinking about. Yeah, you down to 4 now.
T. Higgins.
Dang, no.
T. Higgins. Who?
Where's this guy at on the list?
What's his position? Running back.
Yes.
Derrick Henry.
Yes.
He's number 30 on this list.
No, ain't no way.
Bro, because he'll be 30 years old.
What do you think?
He'll be 30 years old.
Ain't no way.
Saquon is on here. Let's see here. Calvin Ridley is above him. Derrick Henry's number 34 on this list.
I would like to see.
They got a 1-year, $4.3 million deal projected for him this year.
I'd like to see Derrick Henry in Dallas.
Well, and the crazy thing is that the Tennessee Titans have the most cap space right now.
Yeah, that's why, because he fell off the book.
Like Washington is number 1 with $73 million, Tennessee 67, the Bears 66, which they could do a lot to help out Justin Fields. Patriots, I think it'll be interesting to see what they do, 66, and the Bengals at 59. So that also lets you know that the Bengals are probably going to retain T. Higgins. They got enough money to do so. You've already paid your quarterback.
No, they'll have to franchise tag him because they have another wide receiver
that's true.
That's going to break the bank. Mm-hmm. So if I'm the Bengals, I'm definitely franchise tagging T. Higgins. So, yeah.
I mean, who are these? I mean, obviously we know.
I think go ahead.
Not trying to spend too much time on the Chiefs because we do.
Yeah,
but obviously there's 1, 2, 3 guys on this top 15 list that I'm looking at. I don't know if my list is the same as yours, but you got T. Higgins, Mike Evans, Michael Pittman Jr. If I'm the Chiefs, I'm talking all 3 of them. I mean, aren't you? To go along with Rice?
Why would you not?
I mean, they have to be.
I mean,
I would hope so.
You're not about to pay Rice for another 2 seasons at the very least.
Right.
And you need, I mean, if you want to go back-to-back, if you want to solidify that GOAT talk like we've talked about, you got to do everything it takes to solidify that.
I mean, just think of how many teams say, oh, man, we're a quarterback away. Yeah. Oh, man, we are that interior lineman away. We're fixing the line. Like, you pretty much got everything figured out except for a wide receiver. You're a wide receiver away.
But the hardest thing for the Chiefs is, like, you can't say any of that because they continue to win. So it's not I don't think it's what we are away. It's what can we do to continue this legacy. I think that's the biggest difference. Yeah. I mean, Mike Evans is 30 years old, and they're still saying he's projected for a 4-year, $96 million deal, which is kind of insane for a guy that's 30. I think that also goes to show, I think we talked about that like on a couple episodes about like the whole aging thing is no longer a thing in the NFL. No. Like if you're elite, you're elite for a very long time.
Yeah.
Like Mike Evans probably got another 6 years in the tank if he wants to.
And I think that's starting to go across all sports, man.
Yeah, I mean, like
we're seeing like LeBron and
I mean, look at the
Steph Curry.
Yeah.
They're older, but
Kevin Durant.
They're still the best players in the league.
Yeah, they're still in their they're still playing like they're in their prime. I mean, LeBron's still averaging, but he'll be 40 this year, won't he? Or did he already turn 40?
No, he's not 40 yet.
So I think he's 39.
30 maybe, yeah.
I mean, LeBron James has been in the league since was in the 5th grade. I am 31 years old.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
I think he got drafted when I was in the 5th grade, 5th or 6th grade. Crazy. Chase Young. I mean, I'd assume he stays in San Fran, but we'll see. Baker Mayfield. I think he'll stay in Tampa. Calvin Ridley wouldn't be a bad option for the Chiefs either. I think he definitely fits that system. He's a speedy guy. I think Andy Reid likes him a lot. I think Michael Pittman will be good too. Mike Evans would be the one that I would be.
Pittman, though. I know they paid. Well, because they paid Jonathan Taylor, so they got to find the money now. But I would hope they would just keep Mike. I mean, you got to keep your best wide receiver out.
Oddly enough, there's not a lot of, like, for lack of better words, sexy names on this list. There's a few of them, but there's none of these guys where I'm like, for my team, that I'm dying to have. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the Chiefs want a wide receiver. I think that they need one, but they just won a Super Bowl without one. So, well, Rashee Rice. So, anything else on this topic? If not, we can keep going. We can keep going. Do we want to talk about the All-Star game? I had the Royal Stadium on here, but I don't know if all of our fans want to hear about the impact of the local businesses. We could talk about it, but I think most recently the All-Star game is something to talk about as well.
I think it has gone down the drain.
100%. I think when you have a team to put up 200 points in an All-Star game, that is ridiculous.
Some kind of, I don't know if there needs to be an incentive or something to make these guys play basketball. Like you have the greatest basketball players in the world, and people want to see what happens when they're all on the court at the same time.
Oh, for sure. Kobe said the best. He said these guys play harder at UCLA when no one's watching.
Yeah,
than they do at the All-Star game.
Yeah, we see those off-season tapes all the time. And I'm like, and we marvel at the fact, like, oh, you got Durant, LeBron, and Harden, and all of them at LA Fitness, and hooping and stuff, and they going hard. Like, I want to see that amongst the 30 people that's in the All-Star game.
If I would have bought tickets to the All-Star game this year, outside of just being a fan and wanting to see guys play, I'd have been pissed. I think the overall performance of All-Star Weekend was not worth the $400 ticket.
No.
At all.
In my opinion, and I've said this for a little bit, but to me, regular season basketball especially the All-Star game, I truly believe wrestling is more impressive to watch. It's more fun to watch. Like, and I mean, my 3 favorite sports: football, baseball, basketball. And to me, I'd rather watch WWE than watch a lot of the regulars. Like, how many guys hit 60 points like in that 1 week? That we were
this is all recent.
And I know. It's just like crazy. Like when we saw 10 years ago, we saw a 60-point game. It was headline media. Like, then you hit a 60-point game, then there's another guy getting 70 point the next day. Like, it's just like
50 is the bare minimum at this point.
It's not that their offensive skills are impressive or not impressive. It's just that they don't care to play the full scope of the game.
But no, this is the new generation though. This is like, okay, so I seen the stat just the other day. The 2016.
You talking about the fouls?
No, the 2016 Golden State Warriors, where they went 73 wins.
Yeah.
They were number 1 offense in the league, right? Number 1 offense in the league, number 1 offensive rating in the league, everything. They won 73 games that year. This year, that same offense would have been 24th in the league.
That's only in an 8-year time period.
Right. Right. It's changing. There's definitely a lack of defense. You can watch the games and see that.
Sure.
There's a lack of defense. There's a
lack of a lot of things up until the All-Star break, honestly.
When you have to spend the offseason trying to address, like, how to get these players to play more,
yeah,
that's an issue.
Yeah.
You got
and then I saw a stat about the All-Star game, and I thought I had it pulled up or saved, but it was about the fouls that have been called over the last, like, 20 All-Star games. So it was like 1996 All-Star game. That's just a random number I'm coming up with. There were 73 fouls called in that game. Do you know how many fouls are called in the All-Star game on Saturday or Sunday?
How much?
3. 76-3. So that shows you the competitive nature, and like that video of Kobe that goes, it's like back in the day, and it kind of almost goes to that point KG made about guys being too friendly.
Yeah.
Like when you go look at the 90s and even like the mid 2000s, like making it to an All-Star game was a big deal, but also like competing. Like this is the first time I get to actually be on the same court, maybe as Kobe or maybe as a teammate, but like we want to go out here and we want to win.
Right.
Like we're going to play defense.
Right.
I'm going to lock you up at full court. This ain't going to be just a slam dunk contest.
Yeah.
Like, and speaking of, we can get into the slam dunk contest as well.
I didn't even watch it.
It's horrible. Like no disrespect to Mac McClung.
You are better off.
I didn't know who's in it.
Yeah, like the 3-point contest was more entertaining than the slam dunk contest. And to me, that is pathetic. That is pathetic because it's great to watch guys hit threes, but you tune in to the All-Star weekend, like anytime, if I was out with friends, whatever, when I came home on DVR, I fast forward to the dunk contest. That's all I want to see.
Right.
And it's like, not only is it not competitive, I feel like it lacks a lot of creativity. If you watched it, like there were 5 dunks over people. 5 guys dunked over people. To me, that's not creative. Like nobody did
one of them was sitting down in a chair.
Yeah.
And he was already short.
And then the other one he just put a guy on his shoulders to basically match the height of Shaq, which one of the guys already jumped over. So it was like, what are we doing here? And to me, it was like, this is the first time I feel like in a long time I just didn't see any creative dunks. Like guys weren't throwing it off the glass. Guys weren't really going behind the back between the legs. Like it was just a really big shit show. And the 3-point contest stole the show. I mean, shouts out to Dame, back-to-back. First guy to do it since like 07. And the person who won it back in 07, I have no fucking clue who they are. But it's just, the NBA has to do something to make this more creative. Even like the rising stars versus the all-stars versus the first-round picks. Like that's what they did first. And that's just like a passing competition. Yeah, it's just not entertaining. Like it's not entertaining.
Like, well, so Stephen A. made a great point
about the dunk contest.
And who is to blame for that?
Who was
LeBron James.
LeBron James. Yeah. LeBron James not competing in the dunk contest ruined it because every star or superstar
prior to him,
up until that point, did it.
Yeah. And that was like the argument I was trying to make with Dave, not about that Mac McClung isn't a good dunker, because he is. He's probably one of the better dunkers in the league.
Right.
But I want to I think Russell Westbrook would have been great in a dunk contest 5-6 years ago. Right. I think a ton of guys would have been great. Like John Morant, granted he's hurt, but he'll probably never compete in one. But the dude jumps out of the fucking gym. It's like Stephen A. did. I don't know if you can blame LeBron. I don't know. But I guess Kobe competed, Jordan competed, Dominique Wilkins competed.
And they all these guys competed against each other and stuff. Kind of and like, wouldn't you love to see Zion, LeBron, Russell Westbrook, Wouldn't you like to see them all in one dunk contest? That would
absolutely.
Yes, but
I mean, even when we were getting Dwight Howard and Aaron Gordon, that was kind of competitive.
You equate it to the home run derby, and forever in the home run derby, the greatest hitters in baseball have always participated in the home run derby. Right. I mean, I cannot think of one great home run hitter that never participated in the home run derby. That's just what you do. Like because it's entertaining for the people, and this is finally the people getting to see two of their favorite people, either dunkers or home run hitters, going at it.
It's the one part of the season where you get to showcase your ability, showcase your talent, and have fun. Like you're not gonna get hurt. Yeah, like you're not gonna you make 100 dunks in practice every single day, bro. You are not gonna, and you do. And what's crazy is you do some of these dunks in practice. We've seen LeBron in warm-ups do all sorts of crazy shit. Yeah, and then I saw a clip earlier about honestly the college basketball dunk contest is way more entertaining. I don't know if you guys seen any of those videos. I
didn't even see it, no,
bro. Like it's way bro. I saw this video of this kid the other day, bro. He threw it from the 3-point line off the wall behind the goal. Bounced it to himself around 360 between the legs, bro. It was filthy. I'm gonna have to clip that, like after this. But like, it was ridiculous. But I think that the All-Star show is a sham, especially for the young fans, man. Like they want to see a show. Yeah. And I tuned in, and first I was kind of mad because I forgot about it. Me and Zoe were doing something. It was like 8:00, and I tuned in, and I already saw in the third quarter it was like 105-97, which means that, bro, in a quarter they put up 100 points, I think, or damn near. It was in the third. So I mean, within 2 quarters. They was just scoring points, bro. There was no. It's literally just if you watch it, it is inbound the ball, get to a spot, shoot, you miss, come back. They get the ball, shoot, come back. If I'm open, dunk. Like it's just. I doubt if there was any block shots.
The thing about it is when you're making millions, and
there's no incentive.
NBA is self-made millions off of it. They don't.
Okay, so here's the thing.
They truly care.
So why don't you move it to the end of the year like the Pro Bowl?
I don't know. It's kind of like the break of the season because they
you can still have a break, but if you don't want to get hurt and you don't want to exhaust energy during your week break, just take it out.
In my opinion, it's
the Pro Bowl was at the end because these guys have a high probability of getting hurt.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so they just do this thing at the very end of the season. They don't. I'm tired. I'm sick of I'm getting hurt.
But they're not playing. They're not playing in this All-Star game because. It's in the middle of the year.
Like but again, what is the point of showing up at this point? Like I would rather see a G League All-Star game. At least I know those guys go out there and compete. They're just a bunch of no names, so it won't work, unfortunately. But it's like, what's the point of having this game if guys are just going to show up, pussyfoot around, and it goes back to the KG point where I do agree that guys being such good friends. Like I will say, like in the 90s, you never heard about players hanging out in the offseason. That didn't happen. The only time you heard about it was when Jordan was doing those runs during like the Space Jam thing. But outside of that, you never heard about Jordan. I mean, Jordan and Magic became friends.
You should see Allen Iverson. You ever seen Allen Iverson tell a story about when Kobe came and picked him up?
Oh yeah,
he was like, it was the first time he ever hung out.
Yeah,
and like outside of, and it was after they got into it during that finals that time.
Right, because he thought that they were going to the club.
Yeah,
right. AI thought they was going to the club.
Yeah,
and Kobe was like, I'm going to the gym.
No. So he first took him out to dinner first. They went out to eat, and then he thought he was going to the club afterwards. Yeah. And then he said he found out later. He's like, because I guess he talked to another player who used to play with Kobe. He was like, nah, man, all he was doing was just studying you the whole time because they was getting ready to play him. But that was that mentality back then. Yeah. You always wanted that leg up from your opponent. You want to be friends with him, like. Kobe and AI became friends like pretty much after.
That's the point. We're competitors. So and there's no matter what you say, when you have a relationship with someone, the way that you play against them will always be different. Guys make it seem like because we're best friends that we'll really go hard against. No, we won't. Like especially on the football field, bro. If I'm like, I don't want to hurt you. Like you're my best friend. But if we can build that post career, sure. Yeah. We can hang out like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson fucking hated each other until they did that commercial and whatever. I think the Converse commercial, whatever.
Something like that, yeah.
He said because his mom cooked him lunch or whatever, and they became friends and got to talking about one another. But like guys, I don't know. I think it's an embarrassment to the NBA.
We're definitely losing the competitive edge.
I think that you'll continue to see fans not tune into it. Yeah. At least the demographic, I guarantee, will be young kids because they don't care. Like they want to watch Luka throw up 60 points in an All-Star game or whatever, but. But we can't talk about the celebrity All-Star game. That was competitive. I don't know if you watched that.
That I didn't watch.
I don't know if you watched. Micah Parsons dropped 37, I think.
Okay. I heard C.J. Stroud had a good game.
He had a decent game. He lost.
Yeah.
But that was, to me, that was more entertaining to watch because these guys actually wanted to win. They went out there and competed. And again, their respective sports seasons are over. But you can still get hurt. I mean, you can still get hurt and hurt yourself. So, but yeah. You want to talk about Caitlin Clark?
Let's talk about it.
We're getting the Caitlin Clark break, which I didn't realize before we get into Caitlin Clark breaking the record. I didn't realize that record is held by somebody else, but it's not an official NCAA record.
Correct.
It is held by, what's her name? I got her pulled up right here. Lynette. Let's see here. You ever heard of this, Brandon?
I didn't know it was an NCAA record.
Lynette Woodard has the record for the most points in women's college basketball. Period. But this is before the NCAA undertook actual women's basketball.
Okay.
So she played at KU. She averaged 26.3 points a game and had a total of 3,649 points, which I think is about 100 more than Caitlin, which Caitlin Clark will break that more than likely. She drops like 40 a night, bro.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've never seen anybody like her, man. I mean, she plays like Steph Curry.
I think that is 100%. I think that is 100% the comparison. Just like that video that you sent about somebody guarding her, and it was like guarding her off the bench. Coach, I can't do that. That's how it was guarding Steph Curry.
Yeah,
because she's literally pulling up from the logo, bro.
Yeah.
Well, okay. How about? Sorry to kind of jump back and forth, but like on the 3-point contest when they had.
Oh yeah, Sabrina, we skipped that.
Yeah.
I mean, she only lost to Steph and she actually has the record.
But check this out.
She lost by one ball.
Did you hear? A couple people were talking about on the internet, like saying, like we should do this more often. But I don't know who could fill these shoes. Talking about him and her. And I'm like, I was like, and there are people on the internet like, there's a girl in college right now.
Yeah,
it's like, and it's kind of like, was he throwing? Like, I don't think he was throwing shade or nothing. Like, I don't think he was throwing shade or whatever. But it was like, bro, you not paying attention? Like,
Sabrina can shoot. Sabrina can shoot. But Caitlin Clark,
she is him, her, they, them, all the above. Like honestly,
and she's a dude. She is a baller, bro.
I want to see them two go at it. I want to see them two go at it as 3-point contest.
This honestly,
Sabrina and Caitlin Clark.
This might be a hot take. It might be a hot take. So don't come for me. But outside of Steph Curry, I can't say I've seen a better shooter recently than Caitlin Clark.
I would have to
she
agree.
is a bucket. She is a bucket. It's like. It's insane watching her, bro. She can literally pull up from anywhere on the court.
And it's not just that though. She got handles. She got a mid-range game. She can attack the basket. The girl's a hooper.
What was the deal about that 3-point contest though? Did she use the NBA ball?
No, she used the women's ball.
Which I mean that she doesn't.
I think she should use the WNBA ball.
She had the option to.
So they gave her the option.
No,
to shoot from her three or the men's three. She shot from the men's three.
She shot from the men's three, but with the women's basket.
Yeah, as she should. I mean, that's what she trains with. That's what she plays with. I mean, it makes sense. That'd be asking like. I'm sure Curry would, but. Got some stuff going on, but her daughter probably fell up there.
So she put up 26, and then Steph came through.
29, I think.
29 on the very last ball.
And again, I'm pretty sure she's dropped 30. I think she's got the record.
Yeah, she got the record she's got 37.
Yeah.
Dang.
Like I mean, she's a bucket too.
That 26 she did from the men's line would have got her in the finals in the men's 3-point.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Here's the thing.
Dame won with 26.
Here's the thing. That's to your point. That's the reason why they did that. Because wasn't nobody really else in the league that's going to compete with him and make it as more entertaining. Wasn't going to get the views. Wasn't going to. So they had to put it with a woman.
I think they also did it because they realized that the All-Star weekend is losing its allure. Yeah. So and it's a good way to implement the women, which kind of goes to the point of women's basketball. I think it's finally starting to get a little bit of the respect it deserves.
And I love it, man. I think girls like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and Juju's they've
changed the game.
Yeah.
Like totally. I would have never tuned into a women's college basketball game 3 years ago. Ever.
No. These last 3 years has been
especially within from 2005 to 10 or 2012 when UConn was just dominating everything. There was no incentive to watch it.
I guess I didn't know Caitlin can come back for another year.
Yeah.
And
there's a couple girls that are coming back.
When you see
the NCAA they I think on college. In women's college basketball, I think they have to do 4 years.
No, you have to, but she has a 5th-year option. I guess I should say option like it's a contract. But
she might with NIL deal.
But I guess this is her senior year right now, right?
Yeah,
that's what I'm understanding. But I think because everybody got kind of mixed up with that COVID stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
a lot of people have like that 5th year.
Yeah.
So she can come back and
Destroy the record.
as hard as
make it unreachable. If we talk about other records, that will be unreachable.
Yeah, and as crazy as like these NIL deals are going, bro. Like,
yeah, there's no reason. I mean, she's got State Farm commercials. She's got all sorts of commercials.
Got it all,
here's a misconception. Like, all the endorsements and everything that people are these kids are making, they're gonna make that stuff at the next level.
Well, yeah, for sure.
With extra,
I think that the WNBA is 100% waiting on her to come because she is going. She's going to grow the game. And granted, like the Cheryl Swoops of the world, the Lisa Leslies, they grew the game because they were talented, but like she's putting the game in a position it's never been at before. And I think she's going to be like that the straw that breaks the camel's back to really get women the respect they deserve.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll start getting paid, which, I mean, they're incentivized more people to come to games, and that'll help increase the revenue that they have. Because, I mean, if you look at those Iowa games, bro, there's 30,000 people in attendance to watch her play.
It's packed.
Like, I mean,
sold out.
Like, I mean,
Sold
like
out,
that doesn't happen anywhere else.
No.
She probably gets more views than the WNBA game, honestly. At
Yeah,
least as
I
far
would
as
agree.
ticket sales go.
Yeah.
So,
And they raising the prices. It's crazy.
but yeah, I didn't
Chiefs fan too.
say what.
She's a Chiefs fan too.
Well, yeah, she was at the game. She was at the. I think she was
But I
at the
mean,
Dolphins
being
game.
from Iowa, that makes sense.
Yeah, you don't really have a choice. Like you always wonder because in those small towns, man, like college, you think like we love college sports, which I don't love college sports, but like people in like Iowa, Bama,
Yeah.
like motherfuckers in Alabama, bro, like that
I don't
is
think
like,
they have a professional team they care about. I think they just
Well,
care
there's-
about Alabama
but
football.
look at Alabama. Where's the nearest professional? Like New Orleans, the Saints, maybe. I guess Atlanta, maybe, but that's still kind of far away.
Atlanta.
Like we were in Vegas, we met this couple, and he was like, "Brother, he was a Southern dude. I got to get you down for a Bama game, boy. I got to get you down for a Bama game. I didn't have season tickets, but I mean, but I mean, they get like 75,000 fans a game, which is crazy.
Like, they don't
Like
they
those
don't care about
stadiums, those
nothing else.
stadiums hold more than NFL stadiums, like by a good 20,000. But
I don't care about nothing but the tide.
Yeah,
about nothing but the tide, bro.
I need you to clip. Drewski. Drewski on there. I don't care nothing about the tide.
Roll Tide, baby. Roll Tide. But yeah, I think shouts out to the women in sports, man. But yeah. What we want to get into next? What we got on this list? Oh, you want me to ask my baseball draft question? I think it's a very simple question, honestly.
All right,
Yeah, what is this?
let's go.
And I think it's just due to rights. But why do teams waste top round picks? Is it because there's so many picks on guys that'll probably never play?
They don't waste top round picks.
What do you mean top round pick? You mean somebody
Or just waste picks in general? Or are these like later round picks?
These
So
are
like
probably later
Mahomes,
round.
Kyler
Yeah.
Murray. I thought Kyler Murray was drafted in the first round though.
Yeah, but that was
Wait, he was actually
We
good.
didn't know what
he was
he was
actually
gonna do.
can
Okay.
play
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
first round level baseball. Like, he really could.
So it's just so many picks. The teams are just like, I mean, we'll roll the dice. It doesn't matter. It's like, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I actually don't know why they. Do
I've
it.
always just
be
wondered,
honest.
like, what is the point of drafting Patrick Mahomes, who's never going to come? But they have his rights up until if he ever decides, though, right? Isn't that how it works? Like
No,
I thought you retained,
sign.
but I thought you retain the rights to sign that guy if you draft him, if he ends up deciding he wants to play baseball.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if it's
I
just
thought
a
that's how it
thing to
worked.
where maybe he goes out, messes up his leg, and then he wants to come back, don't want to play football no more, and goes play baseball the next year.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I guess maybe that's why they do it.
That'll really hurt the GOAT conversation for him. let's not get into that.
But
though.
I'm saying like that first year they could have. I don't think they have any sort of rights to him right now.
Speaking of baseball, do you guys want to talk about the Royal Stadium? I mean, I know we don't have a
Yeah.
huge Royals fan base. Well,
Yeah,
we probably actually do. That's probably our biggest fan base. honestly.
Royals, for those who don't know, Royals are looking to move.
They're not looking. They are moving.
No, they're moving.
Yeah.
Moving. They're trying to find a more downtown location in Kansas City.
Which they have
Some
found.
people don't like the location that they found. Some people love the location that they found.
I think there are obviously pros and cons to it. And I think from an economic standpoint, a downtown baseball park is great for the city, regardless.
It's great for everything, baseball wise.
Yeah, it's great.
I meant to send y'all that article.
It's good. The only thing that I worry about as a city dweller once upon a time, and I still try and venture down as often as I can, that is a very up and coming, what they've done with the crossroads and putting something in there displaces a lot of businesses, a lot of people, and it kind of changes the landscape of that entire area. It makes it more Power and Light-esque, I guess. You know, people escape to the crossroads and the West Bottoms to kind of avoid that type of crowd. And so my only concern is that you have a location in East Village, which there would be no businesses that would be displaced, no businesses that would have to leave because it's all abandoned. But instead, you picked a place where business owners have just not, like, I saw one thing where it was like a guy, they just now finished renovations on their building.
Yeah.
And they've been spending the last 2 years doing it. So now they've got basically a year left if the Royals decide there, because they're planning on finishing it in 2028, which I'm sure that stadium will take 3 years to complete. You're displacing a lot of people. That was my only kicker to it. And I think maybe Dave couldn't understand that. Dave, I know you listen to the podcast, so feel free to chime in the group chat and talk about this. Was the businesses, because at the end of the day, there's like no one's going to do anything for these businesses. They will do something maybe for the building owner, but you got to realize these businesses don't own those buildings. They've just been doing business there for like the cigar box on Grand. They've been there for like 25 years.
Okay.
Like that's a long time to lose something you put your blood, sweat, and tears into. So that was my only. I don't even know if it's an argument. You could call it maybe a gripe.
I would say if they cut a check,
It depends on what they cut the check for.
then it'll be all right.
It depends on what they. But you have to ask yourself, if you're the Royals and you're the city, because more than likely the city's going to do it. Are you going to cut a check to a, Brandon's Tile, who's been in business for 15 years in this building, or are you going to cut a check to the guy that owns the building? You're probably going to cut a check to the guy that owns the building. That's the downside to it, is that that's just how business works. Like, I'm not going to cut a check to a person that doesn't own the property I'm about to demolish.
I would venture to say that I probably have, for a majority of those buildings are owned by the city.
No. I know.
So?
No, I know a few guys that own their building. The city doesn't own those buildings.
I would say they own quite a few, probably.
No, maybe abandoned buildings that are like Block Realty probably owns, but most of those buildings are privately held. Like, majority of them are.
Okay.
There are people that bought them, in the 60s, the 70s. There's one guy we met a few months ago. He's owned it for 40 years. And he was just like, I just bought them because I had the money, and now they're worth a shit ton of money.
And he would get a nice check for it.
Yeah, because he owns the building, more than likely. So that's my only concern, because like when people bring up the topic of like sporting, or not sporting, but the speedway and all that shit, I looked into that, and those people who own properties there only got 125% of their value. So that's not a substantial check. You got what your house is worth plus 25%. And so if that happened, if someone came in and said, "Hey, you guys gotta get out of here. We're gonna give you 125," like I wouldn't be able to probably redo or rebuild what we have here currently.
Not all of them. There's people that said no, and then they went back and offered more.
Yeah. So
I mean,
I just looked at an article.
And so there's a little road across the street from the Legends.
Yep.
Where these houses are. It's one street.
They all banded together.
Yeah. And it's the weirdest thing because you got to go all the way down to make your turn. The only way to get there is through going to like towards the Legends. Right? So if you're going away from the Legends, you're going east, there's no turn to get there. It's only on one side of the street. And there's, I don't know, probably 6-7 houses.
Probably about 7 houses.
Yeah.
And dead end.
I would also have to like educate myself more on the logistics and the operations of like the money wise, because if they're going to extend the sales tax another 40 years, I've seen like conflicting things where people say that basically the amount of money that is going to equate to will not only cover for the Royals to build whatever they want, but the Royals owner and whoever else will continue to get or reap the rewards of it. So I pros. I think it's. I want to preface. I want a downtown baseball park. Absolutely.
But the pros of that location is also doing the 18th and Vine rebranding of it and the district and revamping the Negro League Museum. That's all part of that plan, which is like something that's I absolutely 100% love, because I'm like, because I mean when you walk through the Negro League Museum, it's tight in there. It's a lot of I don't know, but there are also a lot of people too now. From what the rumors here in Kansas City, because of, I mean, the tragedy that happened during the parade, and people are a little upset about what happened. And he's like, "Oh, we're gonna vote this down. We don't need to be bringing the Royals down here." I'm like,
yeah, but that's
such a separate separate thing.
Yeah, that's not how crime was. That's a one-off incident. That's
exactly.
not gonna happen. The only thing, and I will say this. And I think a lot of people, especially the people that I got a lot of Facebook friends that got like vote no and all this shit. But if you want your city to grow, like we talked about not being flyover country, if you want your city to prosper, these are kind of the things that come with it. Unfortunately, people will be displaced, but that's kind of the cost of a growing city. Yeah. Like we can either stay stagnant and remain the same and remain, a flyover county. We can remain the city that people constantly overlook, that has all these shitty buildings that aren't doing anything with, or we can grow and we can become really nice metropolitan downtown area. Well respected.
I'm telling you, those same people love to go to Houston where they have downtown, or love to go to Miami or whatever.
Oh, for sure, I do. My number
these
one
places are
my number
downtown.
one complaint when I leave Kansas City, and it's changed quite a bit, but for a few years it was always like we'll go to Chicago or we'll go to Dallas or Houston, and I'm like, man, it's Tuesday 3:00 at downtown Dallas, and it is fucking popping down here because it's just so much to do, so many businesses, so many restaurants, so many of this, so many of that. So I think it's one of those situations where it's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Yeah. So, but the Royals will be downtown. The owner said that when he bought them. He was very adamant about it, and I believe that baseball is meant to be downtown. 100%.
It'll be great. I'm definitely I'm ready for it.
Yeah. It's gonna be good for the city, and
I think it'll be different going to Arrowhead and not seeing a baseball field there anymore. Baseball stadium.
I think they're gonna end up creating some sort of like Arrowhead Village or something.
No, but they've come out and said that they have no intentions on doing that, because you got to ask yourself I don't know how many. I've only been to a few NFL stadiums, but I've never left an NFL stadium and been like, fuck, I wish they had a bar out here I go to, because
they gotta have something.
I think that
they do that. They do that.
They gotta have some kind of entertaining,
but not
entertainment around the stadium.
That's the first thing we did when we went to when it was the Chiefs and Titans game. We went right down because it was a 1 o'clock game.
That's because the Titans stadium is downtown though.
That's what I'm saying, though. But that's what they do.
You either move downtown or you create some kind of entertainment district around the stadium.
No, I don't think that's good. That destroys the identity of what Arrowhead Stadium. I think what you do is
you got to progress. Bro.
No, you don't have to progress. What you can do is you can build around that area. So you've got an abandoned hotel, Cocoa Keys, that is abandoned. You've got a fucking Taco Bell, you've got a Subway, and you got a Denny's. What you can do is you can spruce up that area and make it a little bit better. But I can guarantee you the Chiefs will not turn Kaufman into an entertainment district. They won't do that. That just doesn't make sense.
I'm not. The Royals are moving.
Well, yeah, for
downtown.
sure.
What I'm saying is there's not going to be anything but Arrowhead there.
That's what I'm saying. I think that you can add something, but it won't be like this entertainment district.
I think that's what they need.
But they've come out and said
the
they don't
Denny's and Taco Bell just don't cut
There's
it.
places that have it, like I believe it's the
Dallas doesn't have it. AT&T Stadium doesn't have it.
Have you seen AT&T Stadium?
But I'm just saying,
it's literally in the stadium.
They don't have it. Have you been to Arrowhead? They've got a ton of entertainment in Arrowhead. There's a fucking bar. There's 3 bars in Arrowhead. Literally 3 bars.
But there's bars in every stadium now.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't.
But here,
I know most people when they go to a game, that season tickers that I know, season ticket members. I don't know about your casual fan or your guy that goes to one game a year. Mm-hmm. When you go spend 9 hours in Arrowhead parking lot and the game, the last thing I'm concerned with is a fucking entertainment district. The first thing I'm trying to do is find my car and go home, or go to a bar by my house if I'm going to drink. Because
that's not the only people that you're catering to. You're talking about season ticket holders. Season ticket holders, the Chiefs can move. The season ticket holders are still going to be there. Right. Like that, it just doesn't. You're catering to the people who are coming in from out of town. Especially those big games.
But the people that I've talked to. So last year I talked to a Bears fan. This year I sat next to a Philly fan. I sat next to a Bengals fan the year before. And they have all said, bro, we fucking love coming here.
And it doesn't have to take away from the tailgating. It doesn't have to take away from the tailgating.
They love the fact that it's in the middle of nowhere, it's easy to get to, and it's just pure football. That's just literally what people have told me that literally are coming in here from out of town. That's what people have told me.
I hear you, but I've literally talked to people that say, man, there's nothing around here. We had to Uber down here. We couldn't even it's just like, but when you have stuff there, they have so much room down there. They can build more hotels. They could build some bars. They can build some restaurants.
I agree.
All around that area. Because I think it's the Rangers that have like the Rangers Village or something like that.
Well, it's the Rangers is like right by AT&T Stadium,
and so they have all this stuff that you can have your fans to do, even shopping, all kinds of stuff.
Wow, I don't think people care about shopping. But like I said, I don't think the Chiefs are going to turn that parking lot into an entertainment. What I think, like I said, you can spruce up that area. I agree. I personally don't need something to do, but I would like when people come to our city and they go, okay, I got to go damn near the fucking Raytown to go to a game, that maybe there's 5 fucking hotels I can stay at.
So what I'm saying is, aside from the sports or the teams, it is going to be more entertaining as a tourist or whatever to go to Kauffman Stadium than it will be to go to Arrowhead.
Yeah, but
No, for
and
sure.
like when you talk about building hotels,
but people don't go to Arrowhead for the scenic views. They go to Arrowhead for Chiefs football.
But listen, you talk about building more hotels. Like a sports team is not enough reason to build more hotels around there, or they would have done it. You got to have more attractions than just the sports team to build multiple hotels on there. They do need hotels for those people who come from around town, but that's not enough reason. They got to have more things to attract people to that area.
And again, when you look at that area, there's nowhere to put that stuff unless you unless you want to buy everybody out of their properties and build it.
Royals are doing it.
That's literally the way of America. That's why.
But I can assure you that Arrowhead will stay, and I can assure you that they don't give a fuck to build an entertainment district out there because Arrowhead sells out every fucking Sunday.
I think the location for Arrowhead is not the problem.
Nothing wrong.
It's the things around it.
You're associated with the team's success.
I'm not. I'm just
you
saying.
are. I remember when the team was bad and Arrowhead was not selling out every Sunday. It happens.
Of course.
But right now in this era, yes, it is. But it's not about the team's success or not. I'm not spending $2 billion because the team is good.
Yeah, but this is also a city issue, and the city does not care to build anything around where Arrowhead is because it is 8 weeks out of the year. It's one thing, it makes sense in baseball when you've got 80-plus home games. But I'm telling you, out of all, like, I've been to Soldier Field, I've been to Nissan, which is downtown, which makes sense. Mm-hmm. I've been to AT&T Stadium. When you leave AT&T Stadium, there's like a couple restaurants. It's like a small strip mall area with like a Hooters and a Buffalo Wild Wings, and that's it. And
Chicago was vying for,
it's in the middle of nowhere. They need to vie for a whole new organization. Like that's the last thing they need to be worried about. So I don't want to spend too much time on this, but let's get into our top fives. Also, you've got Ohtani over under 39.5 home runs.
Oh yeah. This is my sports bet. Yeah.
Okay, are you gonna place a bet? Because it doesn't make sense if you don't place the bet. So when you get home tonight, you need to go ahead and place the bet.
Well, this is a tricky line here. Okay. The 39.5, right?
Let's hear it.
Because there's multiple ways to think about this. Ohtani has went over that line 2 out of the last 3 years. Yeah. Right. He's with the Dodgers now. That's probably the best top 3 I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. I assume they'll shake it out as Mookie, Ohtani, Freeman, and Will Smith probably in the 4-hole. So that's a hell of a run right there, right? The top half of that lineup. So 39.5, 40 home runs is not hard for Ohtani to hit, but I think his walk line is going to be more interesting. I think he'll walk a lot more in this lineup than he did with the Angels. I think, and then
you got him hitting too.
Hear me out. And then not only that, but I also think Will Smith's RBI line would be interesting too. Which those things they still haven't put out. Ohtani's walk line and Will Smith's RBI line. If you're hitting behind those 3 guys, I assume your RBIs are going to skyrocket. So it's going to be a very difficult.
You still haven't given an answer.
I would hit the over on it. I would hit the over on it. If you got to go,
what are the odds? What are the odds?
I don't know what the odds are.
It's going to be under.
100.
He's going to go under. You want to know why? Because he just started swinging a bat last week.
Okay,
for the first time.
Okay.
So I think he's going to be battling. He's battling.
Did you see that BP?
This will be a down. This will be a down year for him.
I'm not worried at all.
I'm not a down year at 35 home runs. I mean, I don't know if that's a down year, but it's still
35 and a half.
39 and a half.
39 and a half.
Like basically, if he's going to get 40 home runs or not. That's
if I don't have the notes in front of me.
And 40 home runs lately in baseball post steroid era has not been easy as it is, but he makes it look like a lot easier than most guys have done in the last like 15 years or so.
Right.
I don't think he'll do it just because of coming off the injuries, but we never seen him come off these injuries like he has, so we'll see. But I'm gonna go with the under.
If it looks anything like he did in BP, I will have you gotta pitch to Mookie, right? So if he is hitting 2, if he's hitting 3, If Freddie Freeman's hitting 2 and
what professional baseball player does not look good and be? You see Ken Griffey Jr.
But you're talking about his swing.
He ain't played.
You're talking about he just picked up a bat.
He did just pick up a bat.
Okay, that has nothing to do with
Ken Griffey Jr. Did you see Ken Griffey Jr.'s BP? Like he was hitting balls out of the park left and right. He ain't played in 10 years.
Right.
Like,
I
come
get
on,
it.
man.
So
like,
this says
that professionals.
That goes to my. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, this says
BP is not live pitching.
I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it.
This says the Superbook has him at 14-1 to lead the majors in home runs, while Caesars posted his homer prop at the over/under at 39.5 and RBI prop at 99.5. But I still don't see the odds on it. Everybody's just saying they're taking the over.
Well, the odds is we'll get the odds probably closer to the season.
Okay.
Let's see these top fives. What you got?
Let's get into it. But what are you taking?
I'm taking the over.
All right, that was a long spiel to explain that you take it. All that he still didn't give the information. Yeah, let's get into these top fives. What do you want to start with? You want to top? This is I think the top 5 based on accomplishments. I'm ready to piss Gary off for sure.
Oh, shit.
I'm ready to piss Gary off.
Pissed? I don't even know what. Go ahead.
Piss
me off.
You want my top 5
Piss
athletes?
me off.
My top 5 athletes based on accomplishments? Okay.
Is this in order or are you just throwing out
This is
five?
just top 5.
Okay.
Just top 5.
All right,
I'm gonna start with my number 1.
Oh, well, okay. It's not in order.
No, it's not in order. I'm just gonna say him first.
Okay.
Tiger Woods. Based on accomplishments? Well, you got something against that? So let me go. Top 5 athletes based on career accomplishments. I'm gonna go with Tiger Woods.
Wait, are we deciphering each one right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my list first.
Okay, you can go through your list first, and then I'll.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are we deciphering your list?
No, oh my God, I'm prepared. All right, for the folks at home and for Gary, obviously, because he's new to this, we're gonna do our top 5 most accomplished athletes. I'm gonna go. Brandon can go. You can go.
Okay,
and then we can talk about it after.
All right,
but let me get my 5 off first.
Go ahead.
God damn,
that's what I was asking. I was getting ready to jump on this Tiger Woods thing, but go ahead.
Lord,
go ahead.
All right, so my top 5 greatest athletes based on accomplishments in their career. Tiger Woods for me is on that list. Floyd Mayweather is going to be on that list for me. Okay. Tom Brady is going to be on that list for me. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put Michael Jordan on the list for me. And I'm going to go with one that I don't know if anybody's going to go with, but I'm going to go with Wayne Gretzky.
Okay. That's
one of the greatest to ever do it. And I think he's highly slept on when it comes to the GOAT conversation. But whoever wants to go next, I'd love to hear your top 5.
All right. I'm also going to see you at the your first 2 that you said. You said
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. And then who you say right after Tiger Woods?
I think I said Jordan.
No, you said somebody else before Jordan. Anyways, I'll tell you. Floyd Mayweather, Jordan. So Tiger Woods, Floyd Mayweather, Jordan, Serena Williams, Michael Phelps.
Okay. I'm not mad at that list either. I'm not mad at that list.
Wait, who was it? Who's your third? You said Tiger Woods, Floyd Mayweather,
Michael Jordan,
Serena Williams,
Michael Phelps.
Okay.
He's been he's been outwardly spoken on Michael Phelps for a while now.
Yeah.
So.
I would throw Michael Phelps in mine.
He a dog.
I would throw Tom Brady in there, of course. I would throw Michael Jordan in there.
You gotta come prepared.
I would throw Wayne Gretzky in there.
That's a good one.
And I would much rather throw Muhammad Ali in there over Floyd Mayweather.
Okay. I would disagree with putting him over Floyd Mayweather.
Okay.
So now we can kind of talk about our top 5 if you'd like to get into that. The only reason why is because Muhammad Ali is only touted as one of the greatest because of the things he went through off of the sport, outside of the sport.
I disagree.
I like him going to jail, him refusing to go to the war, like that's what made him big. And don't get me wrong, he was a great fighter. He was a prize fighter. But he also lost several times.
Yes.
And he was great. He was the original with the hands, the showboat, and all that stuff.
I think
personally, career-wise, I'm putting Floyd over.
I think what makes the difference is that Ali didn't duck anybody. Yeah. Ali went against the best at the time.
I hear that.
Like he didn't wait 3 years or wait 4 years to fight somebody. You fought the best of the best each and every time.
He got the belt taken away from him and then
got it back
without losing.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
But I think that from my buddies who box, Golden Glove boxers, guys who box professionally, that is like the general consensus of Muhammad Ali. Is that yes, he was a great fighter. Yes, he was one of the best I don't even know if he's one of the best heavyweights, honestly.
Yes, he was.
I mean, he's top 3. He's not number 1, in my opinion.
He's
But I think
Even your
I'm
number
here to
one
be.
calls
Yeah,
him
I'm
number
here.
one.
I'm here to be controversial.
Your number one would say that he's number one.
Who?
I'm guessing your
You
number
know
one's
what? You know what?
Tyson.
You know what this says on the back of this shirt?
No, I don't.
The same things that Muhammad Ali people say is your favorite player's favorite player. That's what this.
Yeah.
That's what say back in this Griffey shirt. Your favorite player.
I really think Tyson Fury is honestly probably the greatest heavyweight I've seen.
Oh my gosh!
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I would disagree.
I
would disagree.
This is an opinion-based podcast.
This is also a different era, man. This is the era of it's just different. Boxing is different now, man.
Yeah, for sure.
There's one fight every other year, and it wasn't like that back then. I don't know. Your Tiger Woods thing. I like Tiger, man. He's good.
We're talking accomplishments, man.
Tiger's good. He's well accomplished. Does he have the most green jackets?
No.
What does he have the most of?
I have to pull it up. I know he's. Let's see here. Tiger Woods. Most PGA wins. Again, it's a different era. I judge Tiger's greatness on obviously the amount of majors against more of a stacked competition than it was 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Jack Nicklaus has 82 wins. Well, Sam Snead and Tiger Woods are tied for the most wins ever over time. Tiger Woods also has held the longest at number one ranking on the tour. So it was something crazy about the current guy at number one would have to stay number one for like the next 35 years in order to catch up to how long Tiger Woods was number one. It's some crazy stat. And he's just one of the if you understand the game of golf, like what he's done is just it's incredible.
I'm not
the
doubting
stats,
it.
The
I'm not
stats
doubting
back
his
it up.
greatness.
His wins, his cuts record as well. So the amount of consecutive cuts he's made. So for those at home that don't understand golf, like my beautiful co-host to my left, your right, there is a field. So in golf, there is a field of let's say 150 guys show up to a tournament. There's a cut line of 60. So you've got to play well enough in the first two rounds to make the cut. Tiger has the most consecutive cuts ever on tour. He's got the longest at number one. You know, he's got 15 major championships. The only guy that's got more than him is Jack Nicklaus. And again, my opinion on Jack Nicklaus is that the competition wasn't as fierce. And there was also a lot of elite black golfers that they didn't let play back then. There was a lot of guys that probably, if they would have got a chance on the tour, they probably would have beat Jack. So that's why Tiger Woods is just in my top 5 most accomplished athletes of all time. Plus, he's $1 billion man. Can't go against it.
Black History Month.
Yeah.
You know? What was that? What's the place out in Georgia? The golf course?
Georgia.
Georgia.
I don't know. Where the Masters is played?
Yeah. What is it called?
Augusta National?
Augusta. Did you know they allowed, you know what year it was when they allowed their first black member?
What year was this?
2012.
Oh.
It's crazy.
That's fucking nuts.
It's a private course,
That's
too.
fucking nuts. And they still, I don't think don't quote me, I'll fact check it after this, but I think they still haven't allowed a woman, or have they just recently allowed a woman to be a member?
I don't know,
Something
but
crazy.
I
like
do know that
bro.
between Augusta and Southern Hills and a few other courses, Augusta is one of the hardest courses to become a member. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You could, like, it was either Augusta National or it was Southern Hills that Bill Gates showed up and was like, I want to be a member. And they was like, and? Like, all right, well, we can go fuck if you Bill Gates. This was at Bill Gates' prime. It's invite only. There's obviously a crazy initiation fee. There was probably crazy dues. It is one of the only courses that you can't film on outside of the Masters. So it is the only golf tournament that I'm aware of is that when that golf tournament takes place, so let's say we all got tickets to the Masters, which is like impossible to get, you are not allowed to have a cell phone at the Masters. You are not allowed to record. You're not allowed to have your phone out for any particular reason. I think maybe in the practice rounds you can. So basically, guys go there and they create action plans. Like, because people go to events, you drink, and you want to go to the pro shop, you want to go to the concession. It's like, hey, every hour on the hour we meet at this clock on hole number 10 because there's no fucking phones. It's honestly kind of crazy.
Flying in there is pretty cool though because it's like a clubhouse.
You see all those private jets.
It's crazy. It's like you fly in, it's like you're at a golf clubhouse. Like it's pretty dope. It's pretty.
We got to get Gary on the golf side. It's a beautiful sport, man.
They even got little putt-putts
I don't doubt
at the
it,
airport.
man.
It really is.
I don't doubt it.
And honestly, speaking of golf, because I know you hate you for it, I don't want to skip any top five.
I don't hate golf.
We will get to our top fives, but just talking about golf, I want to talk about what do you think is one of the hardest sports to have a successful career in? And I think golf is up there on that list.
one of the hardest sports to have a successful
career in. Golf is definitely up there, in my opinion. And I can explain why if you want to hear why, but it's definitely probably top 3 for me. And now, if you look at like the NFL longevity, then sure, that's a really hard career to have a successful career in too.
I mean, I would say any professional sport. I would say baseball is difficult, just for the sheer number of players and
absolutely.
organizations, minor leagues.
That's my saying.
Success is hard to come by.
So baseball and golf are damn near similar when it comes to that, except for the money. So like baseball, you've got this is why I think it's one of the hardest sports to have a successful career in, because in baseball, okay, you go to the minors, the league is covering everything. Maybe not everything, but I'm assuming they obviously cover salary. Maybe in some of these farmhouse teams, they cover room and board or whatever you're doing, travel. You get to the majors, they obviously cover travel, they cover healthcare, they cover all these things. And in professional golf, bro, you cover everything.
Well, you're your own team.
You're your own company. Yeah. So to go play it, play Augusta, I got to pay money to enter that tournament. I've got to qualify for that tournament. I got to pay my caddy
because it's just a hobby.
I've got to fly myself in.
You want to
sponsors that would cover.
You want to join our club?
Calling a professional sport a hobby will never make sense to me at all.
It's baseball.
I've seen 85-year-olds go out there on the golf course.
Do they win millions of dollars and play when they play?
I don't know. You tell me.
They don't.
I'm sure Jack Nicholson was old as fuck.
No,
I'm sure a lot of these guys was old as fuck.
Yeah, still playing the game. There's a lot of guys. You know how many guys in my gym that play in a fucking softball league? They're playing a slow pitch. You're
going on a tangent. It's baseball. I go baseball 1 just for this one stat. And when you get drafted and you go to the minor leagues, it's 92%. 92% of minor league players in the farm system do not make it to the major leagues.
Yeah.
It is so difficult.
I would probably venture to say that number is probably similar to making it on the PGA Tour.
Maybe.
I would have to look it up because with the tour, I guess the similarities with the tour and especially Major League Baseball is that there's some guys that you can get called up to the PGA. So you win an event or you get a sponsor, you can play. But if you don't play well enough, you get knocked back down to the Korn Ferry Tour where you've got to play exceptionally well to get your card back. Similar to the MLB where it's like, okay, you make it to the majors, you get called up, but some guys get demoted as well.
I would also
that's the kind of comparison I think.
I would also
the parallels.
I would also say boxing's up there too.
Yeah,
I think there's thousands of boxers, but we know 5. You know.
Yeah, but so I would also venture to say those thousands, maybe they don't have a successful career. They're making a lot more money than a lot of the guys in the MLB or the.
There's just amateur boxing
because that money is just different though. I mean,
what
in boxing. I mean, the guys you don't hear about, the guys you don't know about on the card are making $20 million. You don't even know who the fuck they are.
I met a guy. I don't even know his name. I really don't know his name, but I met him. And apparently, he a millionaire boxer. I was like, I never. Dude was smaller than me.
He's probably somebody.
He was like 5'2".
Yeah.
I was like,
I mean, I guess it's hard to determine what a successful career is. I guess maybe to even just make it to the pinnacle of the top of the sport. So to make it to the majors, to make it to the PGA Tour, to make it to the what is it, WBC or
oh well, if we're talking about pinnacle, I would say
probably
basketball.
Well, yeah, basketball.
If you ain't 6'2", you out. It is what it is.
Well, here's a crazy stat that I have to tell a lot of kids who have aspirations to make it to the league, which, hey, I will never shit on your dreams, but there has been only 4,100 people in the history of NBA that have stepped foot on NBA court.
That's crazy.
4,100 people since the 60s have stepped foot on an NBA court with however many teams there are.
Yeah.
NFL, there's 53 men on a roster plus however many on a practice squad. There's 100 guys on a farm team for MLB. I mean,
there's
that's
practice
probably
squad guys that's cracking 100,000 a year.
Oh, bro, a 10-day contract in the league is crazy.
No, listen. I've always said to young athletes, if you're an athlete and you want to get paid, baseball is the easiest sport to get paid in. So many different levels outside of the affiliated teams.
You get those signing bonuses.
You also have independent leagues. You can get paid. You have Canadian leagues. You have overseas. You have Japanese. Like, you literally have baseball all around the world now, and it's one of the easiest sports to get paid in. But it's also, in my opinion, the hardest sport to make it in.
Oh, for
the
sure.
highest level.
I think I think if I was talking to a kid who, obviously was an athlete, played basketball, played football, played whatever else, I would also really encourage that same words and golf. Because if you could, it's like you're just flipping a coin on which one you can be more successful in. But in golf is one of the only sports that you can lose. You can finish dead last and you still getting a check for $100,000. Maybe $150,000, maybe $2. You can finish dead fucking last. As long as you make that cut, you do that 10 times a year. That's a decent living. That's a decent living. You get, and I will say it's probably one of the more illustrious careers because you get to pick and choose to a degree. Obviously you want to chase the bag and you've got to play in certain events to make money. But I encourage everybody to play golf, especially if you just want to go to college or baseball, because the JUCO route obviously is really enticing the guys, and then same with golf. It's just an easy scholarship if you can play at a decent level. Yeah, you don't got to be elite. So speaking of other sports, as we're closing out this episode, you got your top 5 sports families of all time. Top five.
Oh, I thought you said we're doing this right now.
Yeah. No, you had the sports figure and then all that. You see, if you're looking at the correct notes I've got for future episodes. Sorry, folks, it's been a while since we've been in studio. We're kind of all over the place here.
Oh yeah, I did have. Yeah. My bad.
Are you not prepared?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
We know Gary's not prepared, so let me run it down again.
Gary knows he's not prepared.
Let me run it down again for Gary because I know he got confused. I'm gonna give my top 5, or you can start. Brandon will give his, or he can start, and we will go from there. Do you want me to go first, because I know I'm prepared?
I can go off the dome.
This is a really hard list for me to do.
Top 5 sports families
of all time.
Yes, of all time.
Number 1, the Mannings.
Okay.
Hey.
Number 2, Griffey.
Ooh.
Okay, they didn't make my list.
All
right. His dad was.
He was nice.
Multi All-Star. I think he won a World Series too.
Played with the Big Red Machine
twice, I think.
He played for Cincinnati. Yeah, Big Red Machine.
Yeah, he was a beast. Number 3, the Jones brothers.
Okay, that's a good one.
Chandler Jones and John Jones
and Arthur Jones.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, their dad.
Ooh. I wouldn't have gone that route.
They didn't make my list either, but I'm not mad at that list. I think this can go either way.
Yeah.
4.
He's just thinking so he wasn't prepared.
No, not at all.
4, I would say the Williams sisters.
Okay. That's a good one.
Yep.
One of the best ones you put out so far.
5 is tough.
I really need you to look at these fucking lists.
5, I would say. I don't know if everybody knows this.
Okay, go ahead.
The one that comes to my mind.
Okay.
The Matthews family.
Yeah. Clay Matthews,
Clay
their dad
Matthews
played in the league and his brother played in the league.
Yeah, and I think it was their
CFL though too.
I don't know if it was their dad or their grandpa or something.
Yeah,
it was like way back in the day. Extremely good.
They almost made the cut.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You want me to go ahead?
Yeah.
Again, this was a very, very hard list for me to do. It was, because I got more than 5 on this list. And we can talk about it after. But I've got the Manning family, obviously. I think that's a given. I got the Kelsey brothers on there because they're both Hall of Fame athletes.
Okay.
They're both won championships. I've got the Williams sisters on there. Now this is where it gets a little tricky.
Okay.
This is where it gets a little tricky for me.
That's where it got tricky for me too. After 3,
I got the Long family on there. I mean, they got the dad and 2 sons.
like Chris Long and
Yeah, I mean, they didn't do a lot, but we're hey.
You just said they didn't do a lot.
But for your father to play in the league and then to have your 2 children follow you therefore after,
you got them over Griffey's.
Yeah, Griffey's not even on the list. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Dang, that's tough.
I know. I'm sorry.
One of the Griffey's was actually one of the best players ever.
I'm sorry. They didn't make the cut. They didn't make the cut.
Go ahead.
This is tough, man. This is really tough because it was just hard for me. It was hard for me to choose, and this is just a coin toss. This is me looking at a big list in no particular order. And I'm just gonna throw a name out there. I don't want anybody at home being mad.
Oh,
we can talk about who else I have on here.
I'm already mad.
We can talk about who else I have on here. But I'm gonna go with the Watt brothers right now.
The Watt brothers?
Yeah.
That's not a bad pick.
I'll go with the Watt brothers.
That's not bad.
Because they actually got more than just them two. There's I looked it up. There's actually like an uncle or something like that, and like there's more than just them two in that.
But I can.
Now let me hear yours, and I'll give you the others that I had.
Your honorable mentions.
Yeah, I'll give you my honorable mentions. Once you go.
Go ahead.
I got the Manning, bro. I guess Manning's is consensus number all. I did not.
It has to be
number 1 overall. I did not think that.
I mean, you got Archie, you got Peyton, you got Eli, and then you've got Archie Jr. Arch, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Yeah, so I got the Manning family. I got the Williams sisters.
Okay.
I'm going to throw it out there. Gary might know. I don't know if you know because baseball, but the Boone family.
Oh, okay.
That's probably a sleeper pick if anybody watching the Boone family.
Okay, that would be an honorable mention for me.
Okay.
That's a good baseball family. Of course, I got the Griffies.
Okay.
What your problem is?
So I'm sorry. It's Black History Month too.
They're father and son that played together. The only ones.
They didn't make the list. I'm sorry.
And
I'm sorry.
They were good,
guys.
Like,
I get it.
His dad was good,
guys.
Like, he was great.
Like LeBron is trying to do what the Griffies did.
Yeah,
I fucked up.
That's what he's trying to do.
I fucked up. Here's what I did.
That's terrible.
I apologize.
But my fifth one, I'm gonna steal one. I like that Jones pick. I'm switching it up. I can't stop thinking about it.
The only reason it came to me is because I was the Patriots. And I was a huge Chandler Jones fan. I wasn't that big on John Jones, but he's obviously
the GOAT. He's the GOAT for sure. Okay, well, I'm gonna give you my honorable mentions that I also have the list that will eventually probably make the cut, and one that you guys might appreciate: the Ripken family. Mm-hmm. I mean, Cal Senior and Junior. The Curry family made the list Curry as well.
Family. Now the Curry family would be on my honorable mention.
Mahomes?
Nah, that's not great. His dad wasn't really. He wasn't him.
He played like 10 years or something like that.
And he made like $2 million in his entire career. Like in terms of baseball, he's barely making minimum.
It's kind of an undersized pitcher.
I've got the Bosa family on there, and my last one is the McCaffreys. I mean,
McCaffrey's got 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah, I mean,
it's all in one person, but they got 3 Super Bowls.
Their grandfather was a dog. His mama was a dog in track or tennis.
Yeah,
his brother's pretty nice right now in high school, and I think he's got another brother in college.
He's got a brother that plays at Rice. I don't remember the college.
Was it Rice?
Maybe
that's my brother. That's Mahomes' brother that plays at Rice.
Oh, okay. Dang, where does he?
So yeah, that's what. It's so many sports families, man. This is off. I
got one more.
I should have. I got
one more.
I fucked up.
My top honorable mention is the Anoa'i family. Wrestling fans, y'all know who that is. That's The Rock. That's the High Chief Peter Maravilla. That's Roman Reigns.
But we're talking
one's up, baby.
We're talking real sports, not entertainment here.
That's Jimmy J, the Usos.
We're talking about real sports here.
The Wild Samoans.
All right.
Rakishi, y'all remember Rakishi? Remember Rakishi with the ass?
Oh, for sure.
We remember Rakishi.
TDK or
that's all in the same family, bro.
But
the Anoa'i family.
Brandon don't watch a lot of news. The Rock is not doing pretty well in the politics and then within the newsroom right now.
What are you talking about?
There was a lot of controversy about him still in the spotlight.
What are you talking about?
Well, with the whole Maui fires, man, he got booed when he came up with this because him and Oprah did that whole thing
that is not why he
went.
That is not why he got booed.
Yes, it was.
No, it was not. No, he was playing. They were playing a totally different angle. I promise you, 150,000%. He did not get booed because of that. He's playing it heel, which is a bad guy in wrestling right now.
So he stole the WrestleMania spotlight from Cody Rhodes.
Which another family. The Rhodes family, Dusty Rhodes.
Yes.
I don't. Oh, another honorable mention, not to cut off wrestling.
I think he meant to cut off wrestling.
The Earnhart family.
Oh yeah.
Earnhart family.
Yeah, Owen. Yeah.
Raise hell, praise Dale, baby.
Oh,
that's the saying.
That's the same thing as don't give nothing but time. The same people chanting.
Raise hell, praise Dale. We need to go to a NASCAR race. When around the clock, that's what we need to do. We need to go to a NASCAR race. We need to interview some people out there.
How are we going to interview people at a NASCAR race?
Well, in the parking lot. They tailgate at NASCAR events. I'm pretty sure.
What about Bret Hart?
They tailgate.
What about Bret Hart and Owen Hart?
Yeah, the Hart family, Hart Foundation. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what he was getting booed for because he stole. He didn't steal the spotlight. Apparently, they're trying to say that was the whole part of the angle and the plan was to him to go in, and it didn't make sense though. But yeah,
and then I heard something about he's on the board.
Yeah, he's on the board of TKO, which runs UFC and WWE. They run both of them, and now he's on the board. I know. And then right after he gets on the board, he comes out and
puts himself in WrestleMania.
He puts himself in WrestleMania to face his cousin Roman Reigns, who is the tribal chief. But The Rock is also the high chief. Man, this is gonna be. Wrestling is back, people. Wrestling is back.
I will say this about wrestling is that sure it can be back, But
Wrestling's back,
this helps The Rock's image finally again in wrestling, because up until now, most kids know The Rock as an actor.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Most kids know The Rock as like,
if you 20 and under, you know
we know The Rock. You know him from Fast and Furious. We know The Rock from the Rock.
Yes.
Can you smell it?
There's
and the eyebrow.
There's
Come
some
on now.
teenagers. I recently found this out. There's some teenagers that didn't know Ludacris was a rapper.
Oh, they thought he was an actor?
Yes. Yes.
DTP, wasn't it?
They didn't. Yes, Disturbing Peace.
Yeah.
They did not know Ludacris was a rapper.
My daughter, shout out. I hope you listen. She listens to it sometimes.
Oh,
but,
I'm sorry.
But she called him. She said, "You mean Dwayne Johnson?" I was like, "No, The Rock." No. I was like,
That's what he's known as.
I'm
man.
like, what? And she's 10, people, but I mean, I understand, but she never.
I mean, it's crazy that these kids don't know.
But he's come back as he's a bad guy right now in wrestling. He's like
he's also 51.
Is he 51?
Yeah, it looks great though. The steroids are doing a thing.
Stop it, man. Stop it.
At once upon a time.
If he was on steroid, he would have been dead by now.
No, he wouldn't be.
No, he wouldn't be.
That's not how test works, bro.
You see the wrestlers. The wrestlers have died under the age. The 50. It was like 50 wrestlers that died up.
Yeah,
before the age of 50.
but they were doing some wild shit, and they were also doing a lot of drugs. I mean, come on, Randy Sepp. Come on, brother. He was high.
Hey, Rob, if you come along this, he watches a lot of social media.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. And I'll be sure to tag you in this, Rock. I firmly believe you are on steroids, and it's okay. It's okay. Well, why do we make it?
There goes our Zola.
Why do we make it seem like steroids are a big deal?
They are a big deal.
No, they're not.
Because they kill people.
They don't kill people.
Okay.
They do. All right, I'm an ex bodybuilder, ex powerlifter, which I've been pretty.
Did you do steroids?
No, I didn't. But there's a lot of guys in that realm that do fucking steroids. All of them.
There's a ton.
Ronnie Coleman. It's only okay if you're a bodybuilder. Everybody knows bodybuilders do steroids.
Right. Okay,
bro. If you look at The Rock when he started, and you look at The Rock now at the age of 51, he's on the juice.
Hard work and dedication. That's what it's called.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that's his song, isn't it?
Huh?
It's all about pride. What is it? Drive. It's about power.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
It's a Tech 9 song, but is that
The Rock is on it.
Yeah,
that's The Rock's lyrics.
Anyways, it wasn't the greatest verse ever.
Speaking of Tech 9, man, shouts out to Tech 9 coming out at the Rose Parade. I know that didn't end very well, but also shouts out to the Chiefs. And this is gonna disturb a lot of people. And Taylor Swift for bringing the swag surf back, because they got brought out on stage. They got brought out on stage, bro.
Yes, they did.
Hey, that is
work.
The Chiefs Kingdom resurrected their career.
No, I don't think.
Well, they got them paid. They got them a little paycheck. They got them a little paycheck.
They got to do that one hit again.
Why we shout Taylor Swift for that?
Oh, that's because everybody said that she was the one that got it going. Because Taylor Swift did the swag surf, which then
everybody did the swag surf.
But when Taylor Swift does it, it makes it more popular. That's just how it works. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules.
Hey, but
I don't make the rules.
They was doing the swag surf last year.
Hey, if Taylor Swift shouts out around the clock, I guarantee you we're gonna say we got 1 million followers.
This episode sponsored by
the Swifties.
Yeah, Red. This era, whatever album is.
Midnight.
Maroon.
We would be honestly remiss if we bring up the parade and don't talk about the tragedy a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course.
But
yes.
I mean, shout out to the family of Lisa Lopez Galvin,
which was a loyal Lot J. I think her husband was a Lot J guy. He fed us food. I'm pretty sure we met her at the last game, the Bengals game. We went to Lot J for week 17. It's senseless.
Senseless, man.
Yeah.
They found out it was nothing.
Just two kids. Two kids.
Two rival.
Just two kids.
Part of two rival gangs or something like that.
Just two kids.
And it's just senseless, idiotic stuff that it's. I know people have said it sounds. People have heard it 100 times already, but it's not a representation of our city. We don't go out and do that. I mean, it's sad that the next time that the parade happens,
this is gonna be talked about.
It's gonna be it's gonna be people afraid to go down there. It's gonna be people. There's gonna be a lot more security. It's gonna be metal. I think, if I'm not mistaken, in New York, when they do the ball drop on New Year's Eve, they go through metal detector. Like
it's probably just to get in that area.
To get in that area.
I think what you potentially look at next year is that either A, it's going to be like the draft, where if you want to get by the stage, it's going to be you gotta have to buy tickets, or B, it's going to ruin it for every fan, because if you're a player, you got to ask yourself, do I get off this bus and walk in this crowd? I mean, honestly, man, I'm a Patrick Mahomes with $50 million a year. Hey, bro, stay on the bus. Yeah. Stay on the bus, dog. Put up the motorcade or whatever you got to do. But so it's unfortunate, man. And the worst part about it, like I've told everyone, is that these guys never kill themselves. They kill everybody else around them. They shoot everybody else around them, but they miss each other. That's the worst part about it. Like,
shout out to the fans that
Donated.
Yeah.
The one that tackled him, man. That was that, and hearing the guy's story, he actually saw the gun on him, still decided to tackle the dude.
And the worst part
Like
about
that.
it, man, these were 2 kids, 2 juveniles.
Yeah.
2 juveniles. So
Unbelievable, man.
that's a whole nother topic, man.
Yeah.
But we're gonna close this episode off. Out. Shouts out to those families. We're praying for you. Positive vibes. If you've seen the GoFundMe, please donate to that as well. Shouts out to Taylor. Shouts out to Travis. Shouts out to any of the other bigger stars. Patrick Mahomes visited the kids in the hospital. That was a pretty big deal as well.
Yeah, shout out to Children's Mercy. Shout out to Truman.
So thank you for showing up.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into this hypothetical. Always hard after something like that. But we do have a hypothetical here, as we do on every episode that we're together. So this was a little different.
Okay.
Decided to switch it up a little bit. Again, you probably didn't look at it. You looked at it. Don't lie.
I'm prepared.
Don't lie.
I'm real prepared.
All right, we got a hypothetical. It's not as crazy as the other ones, but this is something that could potentially be proven. Something that could potentially be proven.
I like that.
So you got 3 attempts for $1 million here. You need to run a sub 6 minute and 30-second mile, kick a 30-yard field goal, or block a penalty shot, or block a penalty shootout in soccer.
Oh
boy.
And again, just to preface, 3 attempts for $1 million. Run a sub 6 minute and 30-second mile, kick a 30-yard field goal in a game, or block a penalty shootout in a soccer game.
I will block a penalty shootout. I'll take my chances.
Okay.
I would need about a month to get ready for a sub 6:30.
Okay.
I'm not hitting that right now. I mean, I guess I can gas myself out and probably
For $1 million with
for
three attempts.
$1 million, I probably
Yeah.
I don't know. That's tough.
Nah, not with money. Not with him. You just talking about taking a hit from Ray Lewis and being confident in that.
that's fine.
With 1 attempt, you
That's
get
fine.
3 attempts to run a sub 6:30 mile.
I've been hit before.
Not like that.
I've been hit plenty of times.
Clearly not hard enough.
I ain't never ran a 6:30 mile.
Oh,
But I've never tried to run a 6:30 mile.
Okay.
I've ran a 6:30 mile when I did it in college. Baseball, about 80,000 beers ago.
Are you doing it now?
I mean, it's not impossible.
No,
I
it's
will be
not
gassed out.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm taking
the medical bills will be paid for.
I'm taking the mile.
Yeah.
Taking the mile?
With 3 attempts,
Yeah.
I'm running a sub.
Well, I mean,
6:30
hey,
mile.
if I don't get on my first attempt, I'm
No,
not
man.
taking another attempt for another week. It's
do what
just
you gotta do. I don't know. I didn't put any
It
parameters.
is
Be
what
in
it
shape
is.
by that third one.
Yeah.
my second and third attempt ain't gonna be better than my first one.
So I ran a sub 6 minute mile. Now again, that was 15 years ago, but
Okay.
I'm very, very, very confident in getting $1 million running a sub 6 minute 30-second
I
mile.
think that
Right now.
money's a motivator, bro.
right.
The
Yes.
money is a motivator, so
Yes.
that's why I say maybe
Like
I
don't know if I can kick a field goal out of from a long snap for 30 yards. That seems like a chip shot for most guys. For me, I've never kicked a field goal, I've never blocked the penalty kick, which is extremely hard to do.
I think blocking the penalty kick is just guessing.
no,
Like,
it's more
well,
than
no,
that.
I mean like you can't wait on him to kick the ball.
Gary, I'm just
In order to-
I don't understand you.
What did I say wrong?
When you talk about sports that you have never attempted, you just seem like you're very confident on some of the stuff that you can do.
I'm not saying I'm confident at all. What I'm saying is, for me, I'm not saying like for a professional goalie, that it's just guessing or whatever. It's not. What I'm saying for me, it will be just guessing.
let me ask you a question.
I'm either diving to the right or diving to the left.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and I don't have the reaction time. If he kick it high right corner, I can't.
So let me just
I got to make up my mind if
let
I'm.
me
gonna,
just ask you something. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that blocking a penalty kick, a shootout, is probably the hardest thing on that list. It is the hardest thing. Not even
It probably is.
Do you know what the world's fastest soccer players ever kicked the ball in a game?
What's that?
105 kilometers an hour. I don't know what that is in miles per
a
hour,
lot.
but it's a
I
lot.
don't know.
A lot more than I know I can stop. A lot more than I know I can stop. So, I'm running the sub 6 minute 30 second for $1 million. When money is on the line, if someone came down here with a briefcase right now and said, "I need you to run a 6 minute and 30-second mile," I will bet everything I fucking own that I will complete that task in 3 attempts.
What are you putting the treadmill on?
I'm puking. I'm doing whatever on a track or a treadmill. I don't give a damn what it is. I'm making it happen.
It's only 65 miles per hour. No big deal.
That's pretty fast. Like kicking a ball that fast.
I know.
Yeah, damn. And you gotta stop it. It might just blow through your face.
Bro, that's
Yeah, I'm taking the mile.
Yeah, the mile. It's going mile and then
A field goal.
Then field goal.
Because I got because again with the mile and the field goal, it's all in your hands. It's not a guess. It's not a can I. It's not can I stop this. It's can I complete this task.
But you get 3 attempts at 30-yard field goal.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take that over blocking a penalty kick.
The 3 attempts. Would you take that over the
mile?
The mile.
Yes.
No, I'm talking about the field goal. You take the field goals over the mile.
Being easier?
Well, which one would you choose?
The easiest to me is the mile. I'm absolutely taking the mile.
Okay, so you're taking the mile.
Mile, field goal, penalty kick.
Okay. Same.
Yeah. Mile.
Like I think that is
it's 1A, 1B to me, man.
Listen, I'm not a soccer fan. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people that know me know that's something. But I know.
But what they can do with that ball?
That's hard. I look at that and I'm like, bro, that I don't understand how they do that.
Yeah.
That's
soccer to me is just running. You are running. You run all the way down the field.
A large part of it is.
You run all the way back.
Because it's a running clock. I don't think the clock ever stops outside of periods in soccer.
No, it's just one.
It's just like hockey. Guys come in. If you ever watch a hockey game, bro, guys literally just jump on and off the ice. That's all that happens. I don't know how they do substitutes.
That's what happens in soccer. So soccer's 90 minutes.
Yeah.
You get your break at 30 minutes. Or
we're cutting this out. We're gonna really explain soccer.
Well, it's interesting.
But
what's crazy is soccer and hockey.
So then the stoppage time,
same sport.
The stoppage time gets added at the end of the game. So there's
you get what do you get? I think in soccer and also in hockey you get they go crazy in stadiums. A power play is what they call it. So I remember watching a game and they was like, it's power play, and everybody in the stadium's doing this. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But
I do plan on going to some soccer games this year.
It means when you have more players, you have more players on the field than they do. So it's called a power play because the guy's in the penalty box or whatever. So
you can have that same thing in hockey, right?
Well, I'm talking about hockey.
Oh, I thought you were talking about soccer.
I think they're virtually the same sport as far as like rules go. Because you got forwards, you got goalies, you got
right.
It's very similar. I don't know who created it, but
one's on ice, one's on.
Shouts out to Wayne Gretzky. He the real GOAT. If you look at his career accomplishments, he might be number one. Honestly, I don't think he gets the respect he deserves.
I think it'll be very, very close.
Like I think he was a 9. I think he won 8. He won 8 or 7 straight MVPs, and then he went off a year, and then he won the next year after that.
They call him the great one. That's what they call him.
He is the great one. It ain't about what they call.
It'll be
his daughter a baddie too.
Hey, where that come from?
She's a beautiful lady, and I think she's getting married to somebody famous too.
Dang,
it's the Gretzky, is somebody else.
That's like Scottie Pippen's. Is his daughter or is his son marrying Jordan's?
No, it's Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, and they finally split apparently.
What? Did they really?
No.
Yeah.
Someone the kids are getting married.
No,
Michael Jordan's son is messing with Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
Yeah, Larsa Pippen. Pippen.
No, there's something. That might be true too. I don't know, but there's something with the kids getting married too, though.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
but I know for a fact, which is crazy to me. I mean, you grew up around this man,
right?
Like that. This is like your uncle at this point,
right?
Like, and you piping down his ex-wife,
right?
And then getting married and expecting. How does Jordan feel about this?
I don't know. Yeah,
but I saw something that they called it splits.
He might have to go down in the goat. I don't know.
Well, what was this? We're gonna have a different segment called Around the Clock Tea Time.
Yeah,
around
might be on to something.
Around the clock might be on to something. Around the clock. Clap it up. Yeah. Let's have a nightcap.
Yeah,
around the clock nightcap.
Yeah. I mean, But anything else we want to hit on, man? No, apparently.
No, I think. I do want to ask Braden. I think I noticed he left Tom Brady out of his top 5 most accomplished. And I was just wondering, what would be the reason for that?
Did you put him in yours?
Oh, I put him in.
Did you put him in yours?
Yeah.
Well, the question wasn't for me; it was for you.
But you didn't put him in yours either.
He did. He put him in there. Yeah.
You put him in yours?
I got him.
You put him in yours?
I think everybody on the face of the planet.
I got Tom Brady right here. So let me ask you a question. You didn't put Tom Brady on your list, and we don't want to spend too much time on this. We're about an hour and a half in. If the tables are turned as you say they will be, at one point or another, is Patrick Mahomes going to be on that list?
I don't see that. He's not on the list right now.
I'm saying if he matches everything Brady's ever done, will he be on your top 5 most accomplished athletes ever?
Probably.
Do you not see the
hypocrisy?
Probably, yeah.
You just can't make this up.
I love it.
He's
I love
not
it,
Roman
man.
Reigns. I don't have to acknowledge him.
What?
Okay. I don't have to acknowledge
This
him.
is a wrestling.
I don't, bro. I didn't want.
You gotta watch, bro. It's entertaining now, bro.
No,
bro. I'm full fledged back in there. Today's Monday Night Raw. I'm about to watch it. Cody Rhodes getting ready to talk.
Oh, jeez.
I'm in it. I'm only in it for that one storyline. The rest of it, I can't really. watch.
Can you bet on wrestling?
Dude, the crazy thing is, remember DraftKings? Was that 2 WrestleManias ago? They had it on there, and I was like, "This is all predetermined."
What happens when the script is leaked?
That's what I was saying. I was like, "Wait, is this for real?"
If I'm a WWE employee, I might slide somebody a couple thousand and put a couple bets on something.
Hey, that's. But a lot of times the other wrestlers don't even know. They're just as entertained. They don't even know what's going to be the outcome.
Well, I've also heard some guys have like fuck guys over. Is what they say as well.
Yeah,
I don't know if that happens. Speaking of wrestling, if you want to talk about some tea, and this is old tea now.
We gotta like.
This is old tea now. Your boy Vince McMahon on some nasty.
What happened? What do he do now? What do he do now?
He a freaky boy.
What he do now?
Freaky
Pause,
boy.
Hold on, quick.
He a freaky boy.
That shows you how smart they was with the whole Rock thing, though. Bringing the Rock back.
Oh, yeah, you got
it was
distracted.
literally days later. The Rock came back and like did the whole thing with Cody Rhodes.
Right.
That was, in my opinion, that was a strategic move to bring him back a lot faster than they wanted to. That's why the storyline was kind of messed up.
So what preceded that?
That's what
You some freaky ass nigga.
that's Vince McMahon.
Yeah, he's on some freaky stuff, but it was covered up because of the Rock stuff.
I thought he already had like some sexual harassment stuff.
Nah, bro. And what's
Brock
crazy?
Lesnar's involved in it too.
What's
Like,
crazy is that
Brock Lesnar.
What's crazy is that all he
Yeah.
had to do was pay the girl out. He offered her like, was it $3 million, $5 million?
Something like that.
And he only paid her $1 million to shut up. The agreement was $3 to $5 million, whatever it was. All he had to do was pay. He didn't pay up. She gave him opportunity, so she spilled the tea. And boy, if you get a chance to read them text messages, don't read it around your kids because it is nasty.
it's
He a
messed
freaky ass boy.
I'm about to jump on Reddit tonight.
He
You
a
ain't
freaky.
gotta jump on Reddit,
Just
bro.
get on Google. Get on Google.
You can YouTube people and just
Bro,
pause it.
I'm talking, bro. This is a horny man. I'm talking. This is beyond horny. Like the way that he is talking to this is beyond horny. This is a mental illness, bro. Like it was.
I mean, it's pretty bad when. I mean, he's the reason for WWE, the reason why it is where it is
Exactly,
today,
yes.
ultimately.
Yeah, for sure.
And nobody from WWE is fucking with him.
No,
Nobody
and they're
is.
bringing up all the old videos of him being kind of freaky. And
Yeah.
they're like, wait a minute, this is
Yeah.
kind of this. What maybe
I
this was
thought he
scripted.
got-
But that was kind of him playing in character, trying to play like the
Well, yeah, for
weird
sure.
boss.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's like, is there some truth to this shit?
I
Like, it's
thought
like-
I thought he got like kicked off the board and all this
Well,
stuff.
yeah,
This
that
is
happened.
why.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but this was like more of like for the people who don't know. This
Are
is
you
more,
talking about way before?
Like
This is
he was
well, he got-
selling WWE.
Yeah, that was a few years ago.
That was something different.
Yeah, this
is
is
So he
like-
did not sell WWE.
he was the chairman of the TKO board, the same board that
The Rock
The
got
Rock
on?
just got on,
Yeah. Okay.
and now
he's still on the board.
Oh, absolutely not.
Well, that's what I
Absolutely.
mean. So
But these are two separate. Like he did have a sexual, I think sexual harassment suit against him. This is a completely different instance. This is for like sex trafficking and all this other type of stuff. Like it's very like for just to give you some context, Vince was basically pimping this woman out, and she kind of seemed like she might have been on board with it, or she was getting paid for it or whatever. But like I'm talking like pimping, like I'm talking like I got 15 guys in the room that are ready for you to come like over, and
Jeez.
they're all gonna have their like it was. And not only it's just like the way he was into it, like it was on some very.
And apparently
very-
there's more women coming out saying he's been doing this for years.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah,
bro, that was a little bit of a around the clock tea time.
yeah, a little bit of a tangent there. But we'll close it out on that. Anything else? Do we want? I think we might want to talk about something else, but no. Yeah, but get into WWE. I miss the WWF days. That was when I was a fan at WCW.
I seen recently the movie. I think it's called Iron Claw.
Yeah.
With
I haven't seen it yet. so
Yo,
I heard it's pretty
with
good.
one of the brother. What's his
I'll
name?
tell you this.
Zac Efron. Is that who it is?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
Van
the Van Eriks.
Van Eriks.
Yeah. Or Von Eriks.
which I knew nothing about. Learned a lot about him, and that movie is probably the saddest movie you ever watch in your life.
Yeah.
Is it based on a true story?
Oh
Yeah.
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 Okay. I didn't
But
know that.
there's another brother too, though.
There is another brother that they
don't even feature in the
did
movie.
not include. But he is. Well, I won't.
Because
You haven't seen it, so I'll let you.
Are
watch
these
it.
guys alive or dead?
You haven't seen it, so you got to watch it.
I know.
It's based on a true story. Though.
I know.
I
the
can literally Google it.
I mean,
Well,
I haven't
I
watched
was
the
telling
movie.
him because he.
Yeah. Just watch it.
I'll check it
You'll
out.
like. I'm gonna watch it this week too.
Well,
Because
All right, watch it. Let me know if you cry.
Okay. To get off Vince McMahon, what is your favorite WWE WCW moment? I'll give you mine.
There's so many.
I'll give you mine.
Go ahead. You go first.
It is
got yours.
it is Booker T in his interview.
Oh my gosh! I already know this.
When he called,
It was an accident.
What he called? What he called?
I'm coming for you, nigga.
He called. It was Hulk Hogan. He was talking about Hulk Hogan. Yeah, he called.
In any Macho Man Randy Savage interview, this is obviously one of my favorites as well.
Cup of coffee.
Mine would probably be, I think it was Stone Cold, and I don't know who it was. Was it Chris Bennett?
Chris
Benoit.
Benoit, where he had him in the. Was it figure eight? No, it wasn't figure eight.
Oh, he's got
yeah. Like the whole match. Do you remember that? Was that Chris Benoit or one of the Hart brothers?
Oh, you're talking about where he was dripping blood. Stone Cold was.
Maybe he was. Maybe.
Yeah, that was a Bret Hart had him in the sharpshooter.
Yeah.
Had him in the sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter, yeah.
And that was like one of the most that was an iconic moment. They used it for like promos for a long time because he's like spilling blood. It was an I Quit match.
Right.
So he was trying to get him to quit, and so
but he had him in there for like ever.
And Stone Cold being the persona that he was never going to quit for anybody. So he just passed out. He passed out before he would quit. And that was really good. That's a good moment
I think after that is when he started wearing the braces.
Maybe
I think so.
One of the craziest moments. I don't know what my favorite moment is, but one of the craziest moments that for some reason nobody talks about it's got to do with two of my favorite wrestlers, Mankind and The Rock. And when The Rock, and this is before CTE, all this stuff we know about, but The Rock, and y'all look this up, violently hits Mankind over the head with a chair 13 times in a row.
Jesus
Christ. And it's not nice. It's not like running into a chair and boom. No, he is swinging like a baseball player swings a baseball bat every single time. And the backstory of it is The Rock didn't want to keep doing it. Mankind is calling him a pussy. All this stuff like where, you get that hair over their face. They can't tell. He's like, more, do it again, pussy, or stuff like that. And like The Rock is just going, plow. And he is taking every chair shot. Like it's one of like now knowing the backstory, it became one of my like craziest moments.
That sounds like
ever.
a Mankind thing.
I will say off of the Booker T instance, my favorite wrestling moment, and I can't remember exactly what match is it, but what is it like? What's like the in a cage match? Not in a cage, but it's like
Hell in a Cell.
No, it's like basically 20 guys in the ring, and if you get thrown out of the ring, it's a
Battle Royal.
Royal
Rumble.
There was like Royal Rumble going on, and it was getting intense, and it was either I think it was The Rock, like out of nowhere came in and just busted ass the entire time. Was it him or Kurt Angle?
Probably. That happened several times.
I think you're talking about Stone Cold.
No,
it was Stone Cold because his music
came in,
came in there and just that was when they were doing the whole. That was when they were doing the whole invasion thing. That's when Vince McMahon bought WCW, and then they had the WCW wrestlers come in and blah blah blah. And I was like,
I will say, if you grew up,
Attitude Era is my thing.
If you grew up in the 90s, early 2000s. The WCW, WWE, and WWF games were some of the best games that there were.
That was
like the original storylines and games where you could literally be behind the arena hitting guys in the head with baseball bats and pulling stuff on it.
They don't even hit each other in the head no more with chairs.
Oh really?
It's always on the body.
Oh man.
They don't hit each other in the heads at all.
How many tables do you think they keep under that mat? I mean, guys is pulling tables out. Tables. I'm like, bro, why is there so much stuff under this mat?
Hey, tables, ladders, and chairs. That's what it was.
That's one of my favorite matches of all time with Christian and Hardy Boys and Dudley Boys. The table ladders. That was one of the original.
Growing up watching wrestling, you just watched it. You never thought what the hell's a ladder doing there?
No, you was just like, you knew it was coming.
That was a good segue.
Yeah, you like that?
Segue away from
we had to get off that nasty. We had to get off that nasty time. Yeah, we had to close it out. Hey, but appreciate y'all tuning in, man. We're gonna get up out of here. Well, thanks for listening to another episode of Around the Clock Podcast. We'll see you next week.